There's a Christmas carol that's one of my favorites. It's called "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day." It's written from a poem that was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And you've all heard it over and over again. The words are very sweet. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. But you probably haven't really listened to the body of the song, because a lot of times they don't play the verses in the middle. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote this when he was in great mourning. 2 years prior, his wife, his beloved wife, had died in a tragic fire. She had actually caught her dress on fire and could not get out of all of the bustling and all of the clothing that they wore back in the 1800s. And she burnt to death in his library. He was trying to help her. He was severely burned trying to help her as well. He was still grieving from that. And it is now in the heart of the Civil War, and his son is in the military and has been severely wounded, is laying paralyzed in a hospital, and he is actually in his son's room at the hospital when he writes this poem. Wow. And he's looking out across the streets, out the windows, and he's saying, you know, there really is no peace on earth. There really is no peace on earth. He goes on and he says, and then from each black accursed mouth the cannon thundered in the south, and with the sounds the carols drowned. There is no peace, no goodwill to man. This early part of the song is sort of cheerful, but in the heart of the song, he's very, very sad. He's very, very determined that even though it's supposed to be a happy time of year, that there is no joy. There is absolutely no joy anywhere he looks. And so many times at this time of year, people all around us are going through some of the most difficult times. They'll tell you statistically the month of December is the highest rate of suicide of all year long. People are so depressed and so upset and so worried and concerned and feeling left out and feeling alone in the month of December. Well, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is looking out the window, and all of a sudden he hears the church bells beginning to ring. And when the church bells are beginning to ring, he begins to say this: "Although I felt in despair that there is no peace on earth, I said, that hate is strong," and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill toward men. But then the bells more loud and deep pealed more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor does he sleep. I want you to remember that. God is not dead, nor does he sleep. When you hear the bells ringing, God is not dead, he does not sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail. There truly is peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men.